Welcome to another reaction video on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. I am Dan, I am a professional filmmaker and composer. I did my first long form reaction video earlier this week, and I was really blown away by the response that it got. Thank you so much, all the renegades who came and gave me so much support and encouragement. And I thought, from the amazing feedback I got from all the fans of Ren, the video is Hi Ren by Ren. I thought it only seemed right to come straight back with another Ren reaction video. I've only just come across his stuff. Funnily enough, my mum is actually a massive fan of his, and she's been telling me for ages to listen to him. But I finally got round to it, and I was really blown away. I was amazed by his work, so I'm really keen to listen to some more. I'm going to be doing reactions to all kinds of genres of music videos, so feel free to put in any requests you may have for any artists or genres or whatever you'd like me to kind of break down. But yeah, there will certainly be more Ren to come. He's a phenomenal musician, and I'm really eager to break down more of his music and just generally hear more because, on a personal level, the song Hi Ren really touched me and has got me thinking a lot since I listened to it about all kinds of stuff. And I'm excited to get into this next one. I've had a few requests for different songs of his. One that was recommended a few times was Sick Boi. So I decided I'll get into that first because apparently that's a really good introductory song to him that perhaps I should have started with. I don't know. When I hear Sick Boi, I think of Trainspotting. I don't know if that's a reference to that character or not, but we'll find out in a minute. My fiance and I are always traveling, so I've had to blur out the background, and you might notice in these videos I'm always in a different place. So I will always try and make the background as nice as I can and the lighting as good as I can, but it might vary from video to video, so you'll just have to be kind and bear with me on that front. I'll stop whittering on now. Let's get into it. Let's hear some Ren.
Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making music.
Essentially, your mind is making music. Wow. A few things there. I love how they've done spoken word, but in rhythm. It's not rapping, but it's matched perfectly. She's speaking on beat. That's created a really cool effect. And instantly the beats were very different from Hi Ren. We've gone in with a more electronic kind of feel here. There's some organic textures I'm hearing, but it's very cut up and processed and messed around with. I think the organic elements I was hearing, I was trying to kind of listen to all the layers the beat's been made out of. I could hear some kind of breathiness going on almost. I don't know if it was beatboxing, but it was kind of what he kind of did at the beginning, that kind of thing. They've kind of taken that breathiness and interweaved that with the beat. So you've got your kick and everything, and you've got this nice little electro, but you're also getting these kind of these kind of frustrated, breathy sounds in the beat there that's keeping that energy of, he counted it in with this kind of and then the beat comes in, it's it's got keeping that kind of that breathy, aggravated feeling rolling. So that's a really nice way to kind of create a tone of stress. Let's keep going. Oh, I like that.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy.
Bitten by a tick boy. So I heard he had Lyme disease. I'm assuming that's a reference to that. I just want to take a minute to talk about that vocal hook. I really liked that. It was, what was it? It was something like that, wasn't it? I think. Now that's, so we've got F sharp, G and A. The scale that could be in is possibly the Phrygian dominant, which is a very common Middle Eastern scale, or it could be a double harmonic major, the Byzantine scale, another distinctly exotic Middle Eastern sound. Doing these things in music when you're writing a beat, it just keeps things a lot more exciting and engaging to the listener to be using more complex scales and things that you just kind of don't expect. And that's come together as a really interesting hook.
Boy looking for that fix, boy, anabolic steroids, stem cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break, boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show.
Really nice production, how they've brought her voice in, and they've kind of warped it a little bit, almost kind of, because her mouth is moving as well, but it kind of sounds more like it's in his head a little bit. What did she say? Something like, take another pill, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects show. Now, this is something that happens all too often, where pills are prescribed and the side effects are not mentioned at all. It's like, well, take these. Okay, well, what are they going to do? They're going to make you feel better. But what are the side effects? And like, because a lot of people won't ask, you know, and you should. First of all, I'm not a doctor and I should not be talking about medication or anything. Or I'm not slamming doctors. I'm not slamming the NHS or anything like that. They do amazing stuff. But there are people out there that aren't very good, and these things, people do fall through the cracks, right? Like, I was given antidepressants years and years ago, and when I looked at the side effects, I did some digging, and it was like, one of the side effects that was a big one is you might have suicidal thoughts. Like, that might be worth mentioning to somebody. If you're giving them antidepressants because they're depressed, that if they start having suicidal thoughts, that it might be to do with the medication, maybe you need to go on something else. That should have been mentioned. Or one time I was prescribed with quetiapine, which is an antipsychotic, which was totally the wrong thing to give me. And they also told me to take it in the morning. Now, the main side effect of quetiapine is it knocks you out. So I would wake up in the morning, knock myself out, and spend the rest of the day as a vegetable. I could barely talk. I could barely dress myself. I was slurring my words. I was out of it the whole time. And I was kind of stuck. It's like, these aren't good for people with depression. Like, first of all, to be giving them the wrong prescription, but like, to not explain what they are. You know, I wish people were treated with a little bit more respect in terms of, rather than this attitude of, oh, you're not going to understand what these are. Just take them, they'll make you better. Don't question me. You know, I really don't think that's very productive for anybody. So yeah, I kind of get what he's saying here.
Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
I really like what he's done here lyrically and the way he's kind of bombarding the listener with words. Inflammation, aggravation, dehydration, like medication, complication. They don't need to be explained in depth. You just need the word. And then to kind of bombard the listener with them, to just kind of keep throwing these words, it makes you feel how he's feeling. He's really transmitting the frustration and the kind of anger he's having here, but just by saying words, you know? Now, musically, rhythmically, I kind of feel we're getting some polyrhythms here. A polyrhythm, put simply, is just two or more contrasting rhythms being played at the same time. What it does is it creates this feeling of tension. And it's very common in jazz music, in classical music, in African music, and it's being used here to further create this stress and tension that I think that Ren is trying to put across with this song. I'm feeling a frustration against the medical system. I'm feeling a frustration with his condition, a frustration with life in general. That's what I'm kind of reading so far from this song. And I feel like the music is doing that as much as his lyrics is, if that makes sense.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out.
Turning her into this kind of like evil pig doctor. Again, it's another sense you're kind of being hit with, is with the imagery as well. it's this mistrust of the system, isn't it? It's this mistrust of doctors. It's just like they appear to be this, but actually are they this?
Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pick, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy?
Oh, I've got to say, reacting to Ren videos is really difficult, and I'll tell you why. It's really hard to pause. Like, I keep on getting sucked into this, and I'm like, you should stop at some point and say something. I'm like, a little bit longer, a little bit longer. I love what he's saying here about his like gift, his gift as a musician. It's like everything is kind of taken and used for other people's greed benefit. So many musicians and actors and creatives of all kinds suffer from the kind of system of music business or film or the film industry. There are so many talentless people out there who just piggyback off talented people and use them and manipulate them and kind of farm them in a sense. You can have these gifted people and they're all kind of being farmed for their talent and harvested to make money for the machine, man. God, I'm turning into a right hippie, but like, it's true.
Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I bleed in myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
Wow. Yeah. In summary, it's frustration, isn't it? This song is frustration at everything. And again, much like in High Ren, he kind of starts out very, very personal to him and then slowly expands into humanity and Earth and everything and the universe. It's this kind of starting from within and then sharing that within with everybody else. And I think that's something that's very unique that Ren has a particular gift for as a songwriter. And he's right. Humanity, we are parasitic. We do just leech everything, all resources. And you can kind of realize that and fight against it. But the reality is we are all a part of it. All this equipment I'm using right now to make this video and to be able to listen to this song that Ren has made, it's like we're in a world, in a system where it's very, very difficult really to not be a part of the system without just going off grid. But then if someone like Ren were to do that, how is he going to reach so many people and make such a positive difference? But it's impossible not to be frustrated for him, for all of us. It's impossible not to just be like, God, the world's broken. And if you're honest with yourself, like in a way, we're all kind of a part of it, aren't we? Yeah, I'm really glad I've chosen this as the second video to react to. I feel like it has given a greater backstory to Ren and given a little context to the kind of journey he's been on a little bit with like the medical system. And I feel like this leads very nicely into High Ren. Tell me which Ren video you'd like me to react to next. And once again, thank you so, so much for the support that I've had so far for these Ren reactions. I really, really appreciate it. Please subscribe, get involved in the comments. I love to read them. And yeah, let's get this guy out here to as many people as possible. Like, I see why he's got such a strong fan base and why they're so dedicated to like pushing him and so excited when more people hear him, because he's saying a lot of things that don't get said. And it's all very important, and it really needs to be heard. You know what I mean? It's very important music. Um, very important words that are delivered very well musically. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, guys. Many more to come. Peace.